Well, Macaulay Sutherland's scoring in the last episode kind of opened up the floodgates. He's been on a tear recently, but it hasn't helped us. Our performances have been really kind of either middling or down, and now we're having injury issues yet again. I'd feel better about that if we weren't playing Barcelona today in the Champions League. I'm thinking the draw against PSG might actually be the highlight of our group efforts this season. But that remains to be seen. My name's FM21, and this is the Red Devils Rising. He's out 4 weeks. That's about all I can do. Shake my head and sigh. Schedule-wise, Leipzig beat us 4-3. This was a quality game. Sutherland had a hat-trick's worth of goals, but it took a Jose Jesus own goal in the 57th minute for them to get the fourth goal. Up until that point, it was pretty even. Macaulay got a goal in the 59th minute to get it close. We had our chances. We had 14 shots, 9 on target. They had 19 and 6. We had 2 clear-cut chances, only 3 long shots. We just couldn't make them count. It was one of those games where I had enough players, had enough bad games. Jose Jesus and Gabriel Ojeda in particular, they couldn't get the job done. It was annoying as heck. Against Augsburg, we won 4-3. Sutherland, a brace of goals. We had 14 shots, 11 on target. They had 17 and 10. This was the game Bernat got injured in. Frankly, this game wasn't all that close. It took a Joel Matty goal in the 86th minute for them to make it look close, and then they got an absolute FM goal right before the whistle blew from Sequeira in the 94th minute. We were in control of this match from pretty much start to end. Although I will admit, after they scored in the 94th minute, I kept waiting for a kickoff highlight goal again. It's FM. It's one of those things that wants to make you tear out what's left of your hair. I'm reasonably sure if I went back and looked at my videos from 3 years ago, my hairline was probably a little bit lower. But today it is all about Barcelona. We're going to skip the Paderborn game and come back for Eintracht Frankfurt in the Pokal. And frankly, all I'm looking for is a credible result against Barcelona. A draw would be great. A close loss would be good. I just don't want to get blown out. This is the team we're starting today. We've got Decker in goal, Wiesner, Dressel, Carrillo, and Thiel as the defensive back four. Lozino and Felipe as the midfielders. Bino, Gittins, and Kraus as the attacking midfielders. Sutherland and Schmidt up top as the strikers. I need to check Kraus here real quick. Yusuf Demir. Yeah, they've got a good team. We'll show that here in just a minute. Ter Stegen, Upamecano, Laporte, Yusuf Demir, Phil Foden, Jadon Sancho, Badar Sarr, who I want to say is a regen. And a very good regen. We can check him out here in just a minute. Yep, this is Badar Sarr. Usually plays advanced midfielder on the left, but he's also a very good striker up top. Quick, pacey, technically proficient, mentally really, really solid. Got him from Malaga for $45.5 million. I remember looking at him when he came through when he was available, and we just didn't have the money, and it was one of those cases where I didn't want to spend that much money that early in the save. By that time, we were still Bundesliga 2, I want to say. Laporte to Montagna. Jeez. Desar. Sancho. Oh, look at him cut through the defense. Takes a shot. Decker with a block. Foden with the corner. Upamecano's there, but he skies it over the crossbar on the header. Foden again, and Decker jumps up in the air, grabs that. Gets the ball towards Schmidt, who loses it to Montagna. Sancho out to Hoji. Goes in and around the defenders, gets it to Sarr. Decker, a very nice block. Foden. And again, headed over the crossbar by Sarr. Castagne, knocked away from Foden, but Upamecano's going to get it. Gets it to Rice, back to Laporte. Long pass towards Sancho, but it's knocked down, goes right to Sarr, though. He rounds one defender. The other takes the shot, but Decker's there. The guys are not moving onto the ball fast enough. Bino Gittins gets the ball down to Sutherland. Back to Bino Gittins. Out to Wiesner on the left. Holds it up. Crosses it in. Schmidt's there, but he can't control it. Luis Felipe gets it to Bino Gittins. He tries scoring, can't get it. Ball ends back up at Felipe's feet. He gets it out to Wiesner, and the highlight ends. Dang. We had a couple of chances there, but they really closed down. Hoji sends it in. Sancho's there, but he skies it over the crossbar. Thiel picked up an injury. We'll have to take a look at that. 4 shots, 2 on target. They're 15 and 9. We're doing okay, but we're going to have to make some changes here. What's going on with Thiel? Potential knee injury. That's not good. We'll bring on Jose Jesus. Hoji. Laporte is there, but he skies it over the crossbar. Decker to Carrillo on the goal kick. Out to Jesus. He drives forward. Doesn't really have a lot of help. Tries getting the ball to Schmidt, but Montaniana steps in front of him. Ter Stegen. Out to Montaniana. Montaniana. I think that's how you pronounce it. If his first name's Tony or a variation thereof, I'll call him Tony. We'll find out here in a minute. Hoji on the right. Dispossessed by Wiesner. Gets the ball up into space, but Upamecano's going to get there. Back out to Hoji. Sancho's there. What a cross. Looks like Dressel went up for the header and absolutely missed it. Oh, it went right through his legs. Too many bad passes. Sarr. Off the long pass. Gets it back to Hoji. Right side of the box. To Foden. Sarr's there. Back to Foden. To Hoji. And he kicks it out of bounds. It's because Foden was offsides. Montanian. I think that's how that is. Rice. To Sancho. To Hoji. Drops it off to Demir. Castagna all alone on the right. Crosses it in. Sarr's there. He hits it just wide. A good opportunity goes begging. We're going to bring on Held for Bino Gittins. We're going to bring on Bloom for Nico Schmidt. Sancho off the throw-in. Demir. Back to Montagna to Rice. Sancho. Hoji. Felipe knocks the ball away. Upamecano is going to run that down. Get the ball to Ter Stegen. He sends it up to Rice. Out to Hoji. He cuts towards the inside. Drops the ball off to Demir. Back to Rice. Hoji to Rice. Sarr. Hoji one-on-one with Decker. Puts the ball past him. That's his first ever goal for Barcelona, apparently. Castagna. Demir on the throw-in. Back to Castagna. Up to Sarr, but Dressel steps in front of him. Gets the ball to Carrillo. Out to Jesus. He breaks right. Gets the ball to Bloom. Turns around, gives the ball to Felipe. Back to Jesus. He crosses it in. Kraus is there. Ter Stegen with a nice save. Kraus is injured. I don't have another sub. Wiesner. Felipe. Carrillo. Out to Jesus. Up into space for Bloom, who does get it. Crosses it in. Lozino can't get there. Foden knocks it away. Wiesner to Dressel. To Felipe. In the crowd. Held. Banks it up for Bloom. Ter Stegen, a very nice save. That is quality keeping. What happened to Kraus? It's not telling me. Foden. And Rice scores off the penalty kick from just outside the box. He's got a tight Achilles. I can't really afford to take him off. You know what? But I can, because they're already ahead by 3. We'll get Kraus off so he doesn't hurt himself even more. Sutherland a down game. Jesus a down game. Decker's going to finish the game on an 8+. Mariba to Rice. Out to Montaigne on the left. Knocked away. Bloom ends up with the ball. Gets it to Felipe. Loses the ball. Mariba picks it up. Sarr to Brancagna. Oh, ball's lost. Held gets it up to Sutherland. Banks it forward towards Bloom, who's one-on-one. Takes the shot off Ter Stegen and in for the goal. That was a bit of luck. Lozino did a good job to dispossess the Barcelona player. Headed forward. Bloom picks it up. Ter Stegen just misplayed that. He tried punching it away. He probably would have been better off just catching it. A 3-1 loss. They had 27 shots, 15 on target. We had 7 and 5. Decker, player of the match, on an 8.0, well-deserved. I knew this was going to be... I knew whichever Champions League group we were in, it was going to be difficult. Decker had an absolutely fabulous game. It's just... We're young and we're playing 3 of the better teams in Europe. The Zenit's up there. They're a very good squad. I know I keep repeating myself when I say that, but they're a very good squad. I was hoping for 3rd, and there's a possibility we still might get that. I don't know. But we're going to play Paderborn offline. It's probably going to be a mostly rotated side. And we'll come back with our Pokal game in just a bit. Well, the game's definitely doing its best to age me even faster. Paderborn was a 3-3 draw, and frankly, we got lucky. The penalty kick that we got in the 83rd minute probably shouldn't have been a penalty kick. It was a questionable goal at best. Lozino scoring in the 88th minute to tie it was almost an FM job, but not quite. We had 20 shots, 10 on target. We had a better possession percentage. We were better on the passing, and tackles won. If you look at the statistics, from that point of view, this should have been a victory. The fact that it was almost a loss speaks volumes. So, I played a I'm not going to say very rotated side, but a mostly rotated side. Froman got the start in goal. Jesus started on the left. Federski started in the midfield. Bloom got the start up top in place of Sutherland, who's a bit gassed. So I wanted to give him a break before our Pokal match against Eintracht Frankfurt today. This is the team we're playing today. We got Decker in goal, Jesus, Wiesner, Carrillo, and Maga Hollis as... You know what? We need to switch this out here. Wiesner, Dressel, Carrillo, Maga Hollis is the defensive back four. Lozino and Felipe in the midfield. Held and Kraus is the attacking midfield. Sutherland and Schmidt up top as the strikers. Bino Gittins is on the field because I got a message saying, hey, he's a little tired. So we'll give him a break here. I recalled Arjal from loan. He went out there to Augsburg. I'd have to double check the team to be a starter and sat on the bench. Didn't get a start the entire time he was there. I complained to the coach. The coach was like, he's getting plenty of playing time. I was like, he's not getting any playing time at all. To the point where I got a message from Arjal saying, hey, recall me because nothing's happening for me here. And the assistant coach was like, yeah, he's right. Bring him back. So he's not registered for the Bundesliga, but he can play in the Pokal. So that is why he is on the bench. And they're playing a 5-2-1-2. I think that's my wife pulling in. I may have to pause here in just a second. Kraus to Felipe. Sends it in, knocked away. Held's going to run that down. Gets the ball back out to Kraus. To Felipe. Maga Hollis. To Felipe. Loses the ball, but Carrillo picks it up. Gets the ball to Kraus. Schmidt out to Maga Hollis on the right. Drops it off to Felipe, dispossessed by Sal. Carrillo can't get there before Silva can. Silva turns the corner, outruns him. He's got help, gets the ball to Smake, who scores. It's almost like we're dwelling on the ball too much. We're waiting for things to happen instead of making things happening. It's almost like there's this unspoken rule of we have to pass the ball X amount of times before we can take a shot on goal. And that shouldn't be the case. Ryan. Magahalis knocks it away. Orban picks it up. Gets it into Samake. Back to Valeri. He turns the corner. Centers it to Samake. Bounces it off of Dressel and it goes in for the goal. That wasn't Dressel's fault. Nah, Dressel did what he was supposed to do there, but... Kickoff highlight, Dressel. Gives the ball away. But Wiesner ends up with it after the bad pass. He gives the ball away to Oaks. Gets it to Sal. He gives the ball away, but Take ends up with it after the bad pass, and he takes a shot that's very wide left. I'm not a fan of our third uniforms. The color combination is just... It makes a fashion statement. It says I dress in the dark. Well, brace of goals by Samake gives them the 2-0 lead. We need to do something in the second half. That is not what we need to do. It's going to be a long season, isn't it? Schmidt off the kickoff highlight. Krillo to Dressel. Gets the ball to Schmidt. He heads it down to Lozino. He tries passing it up, but it goes right to Oaks. Sal to Silva to Take. Samake out to Valeri on the right, all alone. He cuts inside, gets the ball to Take. Ball bounces back and forth. Oaks ends up with it, but it bounces off of Kraus, and he kicks it out of bounds. I believe that would be a throw-in for us. Felipe from well outside the box. Wiesner tries to make a play on the ball. Take runs by him. And he takes a weak shot at Decker. Magahalis to Felipe on the throw-in. Schmidt to Kraus. Kraus gets it there. Oh, Wiesner ends up with the ball. Oh, what a shot. Holy cow, that was a rocket. Kraus tried crossing it in, but Valeri got the ball away from Held. It ended up at Wiesner's foot. He just absolutely laser shot it. That was a good goal. We need more of those. We're going to get Sutherland off, bring on Arj out. We're going to get Held off. Bring on Bino Gittins. Valeri to Samake on the throw-in. He gets by the one defender, centers the ball to Silva. Silva goes by Carrillo. Looked like he fouled him, but didn't. Sal ends up with the ball to Take. Felipe challenges, but the ball ends back up at Take's feet. Silva to Ryan. Lozino knocks the ball away, but Take ends up with it. Oh, the ball gets knocked forward. Kamara ends up getting it, but it bounces back and forth. Finally ends up at Take's feet. Silva feeds Samake. He takes a shot. It's just wide left. Kraus shorts it to Felipe on the corner. He gets it back to Kraus. Is he fouled? No, he's not. Carrillo ends up with the ball after Samake clears. Dressel to Carrillo. To Dressel. Over to Kraus. Felipe. Lozino back out to Kraus. Got away from the defender. Holds it up. Gets by him. Centers it to Schmidt. Takes the shot, but it bounces off an Eintracht player. Samake gets the ball to Silva after the long clearance. Magahalis dispossesses him. Ends up at Gittins' feet. We'll fall short yet again. Dressel bangs the ball forward. Schmidt runs it down. Gets the ball out to Kraus. Kraus evades one, evades the other. Bino Gittins, and he gets the extra time goal. 4 minutes of extra time. Can we make it happen? Because we're trying to do it, I would say no. If it was happening to us, I would say yes. Nice goal by Bino Gittins. Take, corner kick. Thank you, FM. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thundering header by Silva. And they win 4-2. We're out of the Pokal. Again in the second round. I don't even remember what the board wanted us to do. I think they wanted us to get to the third at least. Take a look at that here. Reach the quarterfinal. Yeah. They wanted us to be competitive in the Champions Cup. I think somewhere along the line, Brighton got a sugar daddy of an investor. And it happened right here. Because they started spending money like it was water. I mean, 131 million here, 180 million here, 89 million here, 157 million here. But the interesting thing is that it's not all on like one or two players. They've got 4 players they signed for about 20 million or more. I'll count the 19s there. Again, 4 players for 20 million or more. Five players for 20 million or more. It's like they're signing players and then replacing them within a couple years if they're not turning out into something. And they're making decent money on the outs, too. You know, Draxler to Leipzig, Lamptey to Fulham, Maupay to SIPG, Shanghai. So now he's interested in a couple of my players. We'll see. You know what? Yeah, it's not going to tell me who their owner is or anything like that. Okay. Need to save the game here. Of course, we got BVB coming up next, but we're going to be playing that offline. We are going to be coming back for PSG Eintracht Frankfurt. It's a battle for third and fourth place there, and plus we can get our revenge on Eintracht. So, a couple of not very good games, but I was hoping we could be competitive. And a lot of these losses we've been competitive in. Although I'd be lying if I said, if I hadn't already made up my mind to retire at the end of the season, the way we're performing this year would give me thoughts about it. The fact we're still mid-table speaks volumes, but it's a mid-table where the difference between the top teams is just that great. I mean, we're 8th on 13th points, and Hertha's in first, 13 points ahead of us. And that's with 10 games played. So, you know, I knew this season was going to be tough. I said mid-table finish, challenging for European football. That's where we are now. So, I can't be upset by that. I can't be upset by our recent performances. We got to figure this out. What is it? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 games. We've had 1 win and 3 draws and 6 losses. That is just not good. That said, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please have a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticism, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM Jellicoe, and I thank you for watching.